Hey, good morning. I'm Vic Sidis. Be sure to like and subscribe. Today on UroNurse News, a major discovery from the world of microbiology is reshaping how we think about antibiotics and resistance. Researchers have identified a cluster of genes in common soil bacteria that produce a natural antibiotic cocktail. Not just one drug, but multiple compounds working together, capable of targeting drug-resistant superbugs. This discovery comes at a critical time as antibiotic resistance continues to rise globally, threatening millions of lives in the coming decades. Let's break down what the scientists found and why it matters for the future of infection control and clinical care. By the way, as a kid, you probably did this too. You got a cut on yourself and you just got some dirt and rubbed it in. Fixed everything, didn't it? Now we might actually know it does. The research centers on a well-known soil bacterium called Streptomyces. This organism is already famous in medicine. It has produced many antibiotics used in clinical practice for decades. But now scientists have discovered something unexpected, a megacluster of genes hidden within Streptomyces DNA. This cluster doesn't produce just one antibiotic. It produces 4 distinct antibiotic compounds, plus a regulatory protein all working together. This is not a single drug defense system. It's a built-in antibiotic combination strategy created by nature itself. So, how do these compounds actually work? They target a critical bacterial survival pathway, the production of biotin, also known as vitamin B7. Now, biotin may sound harmless, but for bacteria, it's essential for growth and metabolism. 4 antibiotic compounds attack multiple steps in this single pathway. That means if the bacteria tries to defend itself against one point, another compound hits with another step. It's a multi-angle attack on a single essential system, and that makes it far more difficult for bacteria to develop resistance. Antibiotic resistance is already one of the most serious global health threats. Estimates suggest drug-resistant infections could contribute to tens of millions of deaths worldwide in coming decades. Probably haven't been unaware of the fact that we haven't been producing a lot of new antibiotics. One of the biggest problems in modern medicine is simple. Bacteria evolve faster than our drugs. But this discovery may shift that balance, because instead of a single antibiotic target, we now see a naturally evolved combo system. Experts suggest that when multiple compounds attack the same essential pathway, it becomes much harder for bacteria to adapt or mutate around it. This could represent a new direction in antibiotic design. Not stronger drugs, but smarter combinations inspired by nature. Researchers are now studying how to replicate and adapt this natural gene cluster. The goal is to potentially develop new antibiotic therapies based on multi-compound systems. They are also investigating whether similar gene clusters exist in other soil bacteria. If so, this could unlock an entirely new pipeline of antibiotic discovery, hidden in the environment around us. What was once considered ordinary soil may actually be one of the most powerful drug libraries on Earth. This discovery reminds us that some of the most important medical breakthroughs are still coming from nature itself, and sometimes they're hiding in plain sight. I'm Vic Sidis. This has been UroNurse News. Don't forget to join us next week for more exciting studies. And tomorrow on UroNurse, we take a deep dive into one of the most debated topics in modern urology: how prostate cancer screening and biopsy decisions differed on both sides of the pond, Europe versus the United States. So across the Atlantic, clinicians are following different frameworks shaped by evolving evidence, risk tolerance, and healthcare policy. In Europe, the EAU, guidelines emphasize a more structured, risk-adapted approach to screening and biopsy selection. In contrast, U.S. standards often reflect a more individualized strategy where shared decision-making and PSA-based pathways may lead to different thresholds for biopsy. What's this mean in real-world practice? Are patients being evaluated the same way, or are we seeing meaningful differences in detection, overdiagnosis, and intervention rates? So joining us is Dr. Stephen Goldberg, Chief Medical Officer at HealthTrack RX, bringing expert insight into how evolving diagnostic strategies are shaping clinical decision-making. So be sure to tune in Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Time at UroNurse.com. Have a great weekend. We'll see everybody next week.
UroNurse News is where we meet. Online learning, technical and sweet. Every weekday, 9 a.m. Central.